Okay, y'all, here's a really good tip. Does your stuff ever get blocked on Facebook? Gets reported all the time and you get banned? This is why. Go to your Facebook settings. Then you go to blocking right here. Then you're going to go to the add block list. Type in fact checkers. Again, type in fact checkers. All the ones that pop up, you need to block. All of them. They're the ones that are reporting your stuff. They work for Facebook and they fact check all your stuff. As you can see, I'm blocking all of them. I literally had 50 of them. Anyone's name that says fact checkers next to it, block it. That's all the ones that I had.
Hoy vamos a hacer budoame, en japonés significa dulces de uvas. Primero las vamos a lavar y las vamos a secar muy bien para que el azúcar se pueda pegar fácilmente. Vamos a derretir una taza de azúcar con media taza de agua. Lo vamos a mezclar simplemente dándole vueltas así, esperamos a que burbuje. Y para saber si está listo no lo vamos a poner en el agua y una vez que se cristalice significa que ya está listo. Ponemos nuestras uvitas en esta mezcla, tengan muchísimo cuidado porque está súper caliente. Una vez que lo sacamos, espérense un tantito antes de ponerlos en el plato. Yo los dejé en el refri por unos 15 minutitos para que se enfriaran y obviamente saben súper buenos. Y aquí les dejo un poquito de ASMR.
This micro tip will show you how to respond with Outlook template emails super easy like this. Type, hit F3, done. It uses Outlook quick parts. And if you have mails that you're always responding to with the same information, this will help. So I'll hit reply. Now I'm going to paste in my response. This is a one-time thing. Keep this in OneNote and I paste it in here. But now what I'm going to do is select all this text, go to the insert menu. Now choose quick parts. Drop this down and then say save selection to quick part gallery. This is saving an email template. And the name of this is going to be Inclusive Classroom. Leave the other defaults as they are and I'm going to hit OK. Great. So I hit send. Now let's pretend that I got another email. This time I opened it up and I go to insert and I say quick parts. Now watch this. I've got Inclusive Classroom. Bang, there's a template. But even better, what I can do, if you use Outlook autocomplete, because I named it Inclusive Classroom, if I type just inclusive and F3, it autocompletes it.
Here are 3 tips that could actually save your life. Number 1, if you're stuck in an elevator, do not try to pry the door open and wiggle yourself out, because that will upset the equilibrium and you will be crushed. Number 2, if you notice a car is following you, do not try to go to your house. You need to make 4 right turns in a row to see if they're actually following you. But if they are following you, you need to go to a police station immediately. Number 3, if you're outside during a thunderstorm and your hair starts doing this, you need to seek shelter as fast as you can, because you're about to be struck by lightning.
Put a finger down, I'll tell you what it is at the end. Put a finger down if you find it exhausting to go to work or school every day. Put a finger down if all you can do after work or school is go straight to bed. Put a finger down if you find yourself laying in bed a lot, but also just can't get enough sleep. Put a finger down if your appetite has changed, like eating less than normal, more than normal, or starting to crave comfort foods or sweets. Put a finger down if you find yourself worrying more than usual or just feeling anxious for no reason. Put a finger down if you just feel kind of numb or blah all the time. Put a finger down if you notice that you're crying for no apparent reason. Put a finger down if you're finding that other people are irritating you much more easily than normal. Put a finger down if you notice physical symptoms like stomach aches, nausea, headaches, or muscle tension. Put a finger down if you feel like things will never get better. If you have more than a few fingers down, you're at really high risk for high-functioning depression, so see your doctor.
Hey, what are you up to?
You're on a date and you didn't tell us?
Mom's gonna be so pissed.
Do you need to come pick you up like last time?
Alright, well, Mom's actually here.
If you don't come home right now, your brothers are gonna come pick you up. I am tracking your phone. Now, get home.
Stuff I didn't realize was ADHD related, part 2. Auditory processing disorder. It's when your brain doesn't process sounds and language the way it's supposed to. People with APD have difficulty filtering out background noise, understanding TV without subtitles, remembering spoken information, understanding people with accents, following spoken directions, especially those with multiple steps. And people with APD often say what or huh a lot, seem disobedient or have selective hearing, mishear people, especially with words that sound alike. get overwhelmed by complex or busy auditory environments, ask people to repeat themselves, are extremely sensitive to loud noises that feel like they hurt your ears, have been tested for hearing problems in the past, but tests come back normal. There is a lot of overlap between APD and ADHD, but research has shown that they're commonly comorbid. We are not the only ones who experience this, but a lot of us live with it and didn't know it had a name.
What is an orgasm? Here's your daily dose of health facts. Before I tell you what it is, do you know that there's 5 types? So the big O is when many muscles of your body, especially down there, rapidly contract about 3 to 15 times, squeezing for 0.8 seconds at a time. And so they're very pleasurable. If you're not sure if you've had one, you probably haven't. The first type feels like a tingling sensation along your skin and in your brain. These are felt deeper in the body and can actually be felt by your partner because your walls will pulse. Before this one, you'll feel an intense need to pee and you'll feel contractions around your butt. This one will definitely leave you convulsing. This is when you get pleasure from your ears, your neck, your elbows, these things, and your knees.
Hey man, I'm about to graduate from high school and I'm kind of worried about the whole adulting thing. What are some things I can do right now to prepare for my adult life? Don't worry bro, I got you. The 4 most important things you're going to want to set up the moment you turn 18 are a debit card, credit card, emergency fund, and a retirement account. I don't know what half of those things are. Can you explain? Well, first off, you can think of a debit card or a checking account as your virtual cash because you pay it in real time and you don't have to pay interest on it. If a debit card is that simple, why does everyone talk about credit? That's because a credit card helps build credit for big purchases like a house, and it also has fraud protection and gives you rewards. Oh, okay, I get it. And what are the other 2 things you mentioned? Another thing you should set up is an emergency fund, which is an amount of money set aside worth 3 to 6 months of your basic living expenses. This covers life's unexpected events like a job loss or medical emergencies. The last thing you should set up is a retirement account. This is a tax-advantaged investment account, and by the way, starting one of these at 18 is the easiest way to become a millionaire by the time you retire. But I'll go into that in another video.
This technique is called mewing, and it's supposed to give you more stronger to find jawline. And literally every celebrity does it. All you have to do is place your tongue at the roof of the mouth, close it, and then smile. And in the long run, it's actually shown to improve your face bone structure. Follow for more.
I didn't realize was ADHD related, part 3. Delayed sleep phase syndrome. It's a circadian rhythm sleep disorder, where your internal body clock is delayed by 2 or more hours than what's considered socially acceptable. People with delayed sleep phase syndrome often don't get tired until well after 1 a.m. Want to go to bed early but struggle to fall asleep. Have extreme difficulty waking up on time. Oversleep, which can cause problems at school or work. Feel excessively tired during the day. Develop a caffeine dependency. Are chronically sleep deprived on weekdays and try to make up for it on weekends. Sleep in until late morning or early afternoon when given the chance. Exhibit normal sleep patterns when not confined to a strict schedule. It typically emerges when you're a teenager but often persists into adulthood. It is not the same as being a night owl. It's chronic and life-affecting. We're not the only ones who experience this, but a lot of us live with it and didn't even know.
5 tips that could save your life. Never wear Calvin Klein Obsession in the jungle. Big cats are attracted to musky smells, but there's one cat that really likes it. Instead of attracting a cougar, you might just get a tiger. If a shark is approaching you in water, do not splash. Splashing tells a shark that you're food that hasn't been caught yet. Slowly move towards the shore or a boat, whatever's closest. Don't thrash, because if a shark really wants to put you in a bag, it will. Black bears can be intimidated, so throw rocks and make a lot of noise and they might run off. Yeah, grizzlies don't play that, so you'll have to play dead with your hands behind your neck and your legs spread out to make it harder to turn you over. If a polar bear comes at you, first of all, what are you doing? Take off pieces of clothing and throw them. The bear will stop to inspect them, giving you a few precious seconds to escape. If a snake bites you, look at the wound. Double set of teeth means it's non-venomous. 2 puncture holes means that the snake is indeed venomous, so either seek medical attention or sneeze in the air and pray that God blesses you. If a croc grabs you, jab its eyes and nostrils, and if you can, shove your arm down its throat. This can activate its gag reflex and force it to release.
This morning by going down to the river and pulling dirt and rocks straight out of the riverbank. We brought the dirt home, we stuck it in a bucket of water, and we swirled it around until everything was broken up. Then we let it sit for a few seconds and poured all that dirty water into a second container. Next we grabbed a strainer and we poured all the water through that to help pull off any organic materials like leaves, sticks, or anything floating on the top. We transferred the water back and forth a few times, trying to get out as much of the sand as we could, and we're left with a very dirty gray water, which we eventually transferred into a towel, pulled up at all four ends to form a ball, then tied off with a piece of string and let hang on the railing. We let it sit outside for about an hour, then we squeezed the bag to help get rid of any excess moisture, where we brought it inside, opened up the towel, and saw that we had our very slushy clay. Scraped it off and ended up with this, a nice ball of clay that we can turn into anything